Hey, YouTubers, Tasman here, bringing you another episode of Foundry VTT from the ground up. And in our last episode, we talked a bit about future plans and such, but this episode is going to be a little different because there's two things that have been updated. One, it is now at 076, and there's a whole lot of fixes and new features. There's scenes and canvas. I'll just read from the change log, the headings. If you want to go look at them in more detail, you can go to foundryvtt.com/releases /0.7.6, and you'll be able to see them all right there. So yeah, so the new features, it says there's scenes and canvas features, actor tokens, active effects. This one I'm interested in. I haven't really had a good chance to look at it. I thought we'd look at it together and kind of speculate what we believe it is, how it works, maybe some of the features of it, and maybe they're there, maybe they're not. Don't know. Localization, other new features. While the world is in intermediate state between loading and ready, the server will now attempt to delay responding to users, and a lot of bug fixes. It looks like a lot of bug fixes, some framework and API changes. That kind of stuff probably not as irrelevant to you if you're just the standard user of Foundry Virtual Tabletop. So anyway, yes, 076, this is a pretty big update and has lots of cool things. One of which is what I was talking about, is those active effects. I think this is also the one that I was reading about, that there's some really cool lighting. I'm not 100% sure. We'll go check at that. I don't think it was the last one. I think it's either this one or it's just around the corner. Maybe they want to do some more stuff. The other thing that has changed is now the system version has gone to 099. And if I go look at the information on that, that's the wrong one right here. Let's see. It does say new features, implemented support for active effects system, so that's definitely good. An important note about that is creating, editing, deleting active effects with an owned item is not yet supported. Editing active effects on an item must be done at the world level, and then the item should be applied to an actor. So you can't apply the effects to an owned item. You'd have to do it in the compendium for that world, or the item in that world, and then apply it to the actor, it looks like. Just looking for some other highlights here. It looks like they've done a lot of stuff for compendium improvements. 14 creatures populated with beautiful new tokens by Forgotten Adventures. Some bug fixes and such. So we're going to look at all these things and see what we can find out about it. One thing I'm not so sure I really like is now it looks like when you have a world, it expands it automatically. You know how it used to be just like this little thing and then we had the other one? So now it's expanding it automatically. I'm not sure I like that, or if there was an option to actually collapse that information, it would be really nice, but I do not see that. So let's go ahead and launch our world. Launching world. No. Wait, what? Oh, that's the wrong one. We want this one right here. I totally thought this was part of that, but no. Okay, so let's launch this one. And go to Game Master. And there we go, join successful. So I did come in just to look a tiny bit. I didn't do much with it, but I just kind of wanted to get a real quick idea of what the thing is. And if we come in to one of our actors here, there's now, because of the 5e update for the active effects, there is, we'll just take Umis here, or character. If we go under here, we now have a tab called effects, and it looks like there's temporary effects, which This, in my mind, would be stuff like, you know, blindness, something that lasts a couple turns. Maybe sneak attack would be a good thing in here. Passive effects are kind of like your Fey ancestry for your elves, you know, where, or what is it, stone cunning, I think, with dwarves, where they can get advantage on history checks based off of stoneworks and things like that. Maybe those aren't the best examples, but these are ones that are just always there. Dark vision, I guess, could actually be a passive effect. And then there's inactive effects. I guess those are going to be ones that, you know, berserk or something like that. It's inactive, you activate it, and it goes to temporary maybe. So I just want to look at these. So it looks like we have new effect, and it doesn't actually have anything. What does this do? Did that delete it? Oh no, it inactivated it and then activated. Okay. If I mouse over that long enough, will we get the little thing? So that obviously deletes it. This is the actual effect. So some questions I have about this, and this could still be, it does have a duration, so that's definitely good. Duration in seconds. Effect duration in turns. So if it's a seconds, I guess that's in real time. So like if something was to last 1 minute, you would put 60 seconds. Start time, I'm not sure what you would do there. Effect duration, this is probably what I'd use mostly, and that really depends on if it automatically notes, you know, how many rounds have gone since it's actually activated, which would be probably something in the combat tracker, how many times it's gone through. So if it's 1 round or 1 turn, combat encounter, that is unclickable. And I'm really not sure about the start turn part. So here's our effects. This is what I was curious to see, if there are some pre-done effects. So it doesn't look like it. Custom multiply, downgrade, upgrade, override, add. So this is the attribute. Effect label, so that's its name. This is what the effect icon is, which is that guy up there. The tint color, I'm assuming this will just do like an RGB type value or something. So we did kind of a magenta. Yeah, there we go. Effects origin. So this must be the, what would I call it? The ID of this character token. It's an actor, and that's its ID in behind the scenes. And then you can submit those change. Okay. What about passive effects? My guess is it's probably going to be pretty much the same, except it might not have duration or anything, right? Although it does know. Oh, it's probably because this has a 1 round duration. So does this even have that information in there? It does. So if we hit 1 on this and submit, yep, it moved it right up there. So if there's a value in duration, it's no longer a passive effect. And if we get rid of that, I wonder if it's 0 counts as a value, or if it just counts that as nothing. Yeah, none. Perfect. Okay. So that is interesting. That would mean you would have to have whatever effects might happen to a character in inactive effects so that they could be applied. So if we have this and it lasts 1 round, let's go ahead and go through this next reset initiative. I thought there was like an arrow to, oh, begin combat. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. So round 1, and let's see if this new effect goes away after 1 round. Oh wait, well that one says duration none too. I think it might be because they're both called new effect. Submit. Still says duration none. Alright, well let's check. So no. Either we just don't know how to set this up right. So duration in seconds, no. Although that'd be interesting also. Let's try this. Let's set that to 0 and maybe set this to 10 seconds, which I'm assuming starts right after we do this. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm not seeing anything. Do we have to like refresh? No. Let's go some more rounds. Doesn't seem like that does anything. So maybe that's coming later where it will actually use the system clock. Although I guess you would have to say effect start time. Is this like time on the clock? So if we said 1, maybe colon, you can't do a colon, so that is interesting. I'll have to see if I can dig up some information on how this works, but this, like I said, this might just be some really quick raw type of stuff that they're kind of getting the structure for, and they will kind of refine it later. And this is the beta channel that we're on, so you know it's not guaranteed to everything work. One sec. Yeah, I don't see. So yeah, it's interesting, and hopefully we'll check in the compendium if maybe there's any other things. I think we've kind of worked everything here. I don't see anything else. They did say, like in the compendiums, they did say that they have been working on the starter heroes. What was the information on that? I can't remember. Compendiums. Major improvement to the journal structure and styling of rules. That's not it. Migrate the Heroes and Monsters Compendium Pack to use the new schema for explicit tracking of movement speed. I don't know what that means. Remove some invalid bonuses. Where's the thing that told me that? Not exactly sure. Did I see that? Active effects can be dragged and dropped between actor sheet to easily share and apply an effect to a different actor. Movement speed. Always place spell template. No. Added new special actor trait for Diamond Soul, which will allow the monk characters to automatically add proficiency to all saving throws, including death saves. Add new configurable special actor trait for spell attack criticals. So is there an effects in here now? Features, classes, items, spells, items, features. Ratio features. That might be your passive. I wonder if those will actually, if we go open up our guy here, if we go under effects and say we go under ratio features, and Dwarven resilience makes them resilient to poison. That does not even go under here. But that would be a passive. That should be something that goes in here, right? Is it going anywhere else? Just checking. It is, actually. So even though we're not on the page, well, passive abilities. So what would be the difference? Active abilities, passive abilities, passive effects. Maybe that would be like a, but that would still be, so if it were like an aura from, say, a paladin or something, that would still be timed. So what would be a passive effect? I don't know. Is this new? I don't remember having the macros thing here. Rules, that seems new too. Oh, but this is nice because I have, in fact, it was just the other day I was playing and I was like, oh, what is that? What's the rules for jump? EF. And that would be a bad example. But I thought because I saw climb there was going to be rules for jump, but I guess I'm wrong. Darn it. Let's see. Trade goods. I think we've seen that. Yeah, I don't see anything here, but they are saying that they did update some of these icons. Maybe it's these last ones. These are really nice tokens, by the way. But I don't see any kind of traits. I wonder if these, let's see, this is a gnome. Let's see if it actually has the features. Spellcasting, arcane, rock gnome. Yeah, so it does have, yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, but that is a really cool thing. I also heard that there is an updated version of the virtual assets. Is that what it's called? I can't even remember what that's called. The VTT assets that we disabled in order to get the configure settings to work properly. That the newest version, that was the wrong thing, and now we're going to get booted all the way out. Oh, we didn't actually. But anyway, someone, who was saying, hold on, let me go check. It was, I want to say, J Hell. What was his name? Hale? Let me check. Okay, so I'm pulling up my comments real quick. And so let's see. Ted Turner says he has no problem with me stumbling through new content. Foundry is so new for everyone. I like seeing someone else trying the trial and error method to some of this stuff. Watching others learn stuff like I'm trying to do gives me hope that I'll get it running myself. So I'm glad I could help with that. And you can guarantee I can definitely do that. I can bumble around with the best of them. Where is... I think it was a reply to a reply, so this might just be a second. Yeah, it is Jim Hell. So no problem at all. This was when I was talking about VTTA tokenizer that's not allowing it. So he mentioned that in the last video. And he does say, no problem at all. Also looks like there's a tokenizer for 7.5, and it does allow for system core saving. I don't think... I mean, I wonder if it's actually just called something different. That is a good question. I don't know. Would it be called tokenizer? Oh, we can't load modules here. That's kind of sad. But it's this guy, version 2.2.1. I would get the feeling that's probably not the one. Maybe there's another one. But anyway, so this is kind of one of those derpy episodes. Some new features. One feature I wanted to see if actually has been implemented is this our draw light source? Yes. Put a light source right here. Let's see if this is what I'm thinking it is, because I saw a video on it. I think it's this light animation type. Oh yeah, this is awesome. So you can actually set these things up to kind of flicker, create a really cool looking shield thing, like the hexadome here. So I think if we update it and go into play mode maybe. Oh, game's paused. Maybe that's it. Ooh, that's awesome, right? Let's try and get the flicker. Let's just do color intensity. Maybe I have the wrong. Oh, light color is black. That doesn't seem like a very good light color. If it's going to be like a torch, say okay. Let's see how that works. Update light source. Go back to play. Oh, you can kind of see it. It's just microscopic. Anyway, it looks like I didn't change it off the dome thing, but let's see if we make it bigger real quick. Go back to light so we can look at this. Bright radius. Let's say maybe 5. Dim radius. I don't think that really. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting live updates. So if we said 10 and maybe 5, well, let's see what that does. So anyway, you get this really cool, all these different effects. So like there's hexadome. Torch kind of gives a flickering. And then you can always change the animation speed. So you could place this on a little picture of a campfire and it would kind of look like the campfire is burning, which I think is awesome. We have the light rotation. That really doesn't matter with a circle. And I guess if we did like 90, not 29, 90, then I think if we do this, we can move it around whatever way we want. So that's pretty cool. Up 360, go back up. We also have, there were some really cool ones that I saw. There's pulse, where it's just going to go bright to dim, bright to dim. You can change the animation speed to make it just kind of like a pulsating orb, or nice and slow, which is awesome. The intensity. So the higher the intensity, let's make it a little faster so we can actually see this. And to me, it would sound like the higher intensity would make it brighter, but it kind of almost didn't seem that way. Okay, that seems to be how far out from the max it actually does it, because as you notice, it's only changing right here. Intensity up here is going all the way down. So if we did it like 5, it won't quite go all the way down. So that's cool. Chroma, this will shift between, I thought it said 2 colors, but I'm not seeing where you actually set the 2 colors. Maybe that's under animation intensity. On some of them, it seems like what you actually use reuses some of these things, which is kind of cool. Pulsating wave, yeah, that's pretty awesome. Swirling fog. And in the demo, I think it was a Tropos that actually was doing it too. He like had this at the bottom of a waterfall acting as the mist of the waterfall. It'd be really cool if you could set it so it doesn't quite go all the way up there. Maybe intensity will do that. Maybe, but it'd be cool if you could actually, that does pretty good. But you still see, like if we click off of this, you definitely still see a very distinct ring around it. So I think it'd be cool if you could like fade it out, or even if you could like do a shape. That would be epic. Let's see, maybe a couple more. Sunburst, kind of cool there. Light dome. That's kind of like that Hexa one, but this would be really good for like a force field. That you could say, oh, look at reset to tiny. 10. Oh, it reset the whole thing just by moving it. I guess if I, that's interesting. I didn't know it would do that. Where were we at? That was light dome. Hexadome, ghostly light. One of these, I remember he said setting it to like a black color or the absence of light actually was a really cool effect. I can't remember which one it was. Oh, actually, it's probably these two that say darkness on them now. Energy field. Let's go ahead and change our color to orangish. Oh, that one's cool. I don't even remember that being one. I like that. And then rolling mass. This is one that you'd want to do, I think, on a darkness. So if we go here and change this to black, and then I guess turn the transition to darkness. Let's see what intensity does on this. So this is kind of creating, I mean, once again, you get this very finite thing. Now, that's also kind of expected because, I mean, this is, after all, a tabletop RPG, and you have the confines of these squares, you know, so 10 feet is from the center here, that's half one and another half, I'm assuming. So that's 5, 2, 2.5, and 2.5, which is 10. So it does make sense. I mean, for just the cool ambiance, to not have it draw this finite circle definitely would be cool. But because this is more of it's an RPG, I mean, it's designed, oh, I reset it again because I didn't hit save. Yeah, that guy doesn't even give off light if you do it. Let's see. Whoops, that was the wrong. No, that's not it. So we say 10 there. So there you can see it actually is going out 10 feet if we hit update. Will that, so if we update it now, if I move it, yeah, now it keeps it. So I do understand why it's finite like that, and I guess it makes more sense being a tabletop thing. So let's go look at the last one, which is black hole. That does look pretty cool. I have to admit. I don't know if it has anything to do with, let's do 5 for dim, or no, 10. Actually, bright would be at 5. And then dim would be grid units 10. So is that actually like moving, or it is on the very edges? That is pretty cool. Whoops. Delete. I keep clicking the wrong button. Delete. It's left click, or I mean right click. That is really cool. So I do like that. Anyway, I did want to point this out. I also want to point out the other new things. I think it's going to be really cool to investigate how these things work, or see how they actually come, I was going to say come to light, as far as their usage and all that. It's going to be really cool. So I believe you can also do those directly to your tokens. So like if we came in here to token, when we went to vision, we have those same animations. So you could like put a, you know, light dome, is that the one I want? What is mysterious emanate? Oh, like that. We could put it on our token. And you can't really, I mean, you can kind of see it. Let's go look at it real quick. Oh, here we go. It's because we don't have, we have the vision, but we don't actually have the light we're holding or whatever. So it would be, let's just say this, I think this is going to be, oh, and it's black. That doesn't help either. So if we just change it like magenta or something, let's make up to 10, up to 20. Whoops. Let's see how that works. Look how cool that is. I like it. And then anytime you move your token, that force field will move with it. So pretty awesome feature. And I'm sure they're working on more of these filters or whatever you want to call them. But anyway, guys, we're at 30 minutes. I actually am surprised I made this go that long. I actually thought it was going to be fairly short because I just wanted to talk about these new features that were being displayed. I thought they looked really awesome and I wanted to check them out and show them to you as much as I could. And I think that's it. So if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a thumbs up down below. Aside from that, comment, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Check out my Discord and my other channels. And tell everyone you know about my channel. Have them check it out. If they like it, they can sub, and we'll just grow my channel and have a fun old time. So that's it. Until next time, I'll be seeing you later. Bye.